Plus content is king. Okay.
All right. So
this is so cute. This is so cute already.
All right, so maybe you can take my ideas and see how I can implement it.
Right.
So this is the intro.
Okay.
So Ever did the song before, and so I just kind of condensed it and layered it on top.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember we talking about having like the name, so
right?
I forgot his touchscreen. So the anchor name, and I just put her up there because in my mind I need to see a visual.
Right.
Somebody's behind there.
Right.
So this is where they are.
Okay.
And this would be the green screen.
No, I don't. I'm not answering. Go ahead.
But then when I looked back over,
it didn't transfer right. It's an actual overlay.
I didn't even try to. Because
it's an overlay, and it's gonna block them. That's not what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Okay, so first, this right here, it's already gonna pull up on your. They're gonna have a place for the name to go on StreamYard. You wouldn't have to actually. You wouldn't actually have to do that. But this does create a module. So let's think of it like this, right? Each kid is going to have some place where they have to be, and we'll create a module for that place where they have to learn something about that area, how to create or produce something for that area, right? And all of the modules come together to make one something. So whether we're making a podcast, whether we're making a newscast, or whatever it is, that those modules will come together to create that, right? So this right here would be like your producer.
Okay.
All right. So you have a producer who is looking at all of the information that they're going to talk about, right? And then they're coming on here, and we're teaching them to use Canva to create whatever is going to pop up. That's what this module can be. Because eventually, or the goal of it is not for you to have to do these things. The goal of it is for the children to be able to do these things.
They had some ideas. There's like, I want to do the iCarly thing where they do 3, 2, 1, and I was like,
what is that? Show me.
That's what I said. I was like, I don't know what it is. But y'all have Canva, so go ahead and.
But see, that in itself is a lesson, right? There's something that you want. I'm telling you that I don't know what it is. So what are you going to do to show me what it is that you want to do, right? You're going to go do research, and you're going to bring that research back to me and show me you're going to show me.
Because exactly
I'm going to tell you right now.
What it is.
I didn't watch iCarly. I watched Barney. I watch Baby Bob. Like, what's up? So you got to show me what iCarly does. So what in that sense, now they're learning to go do research. They're learning to go find whatever it is that they're needing and bring it and produce it and bring it back. Okay, so now I see what that looks like. So how do we make ours look like that? So that's what that group would be for, right? Then you have your group of kids who are actually picking the news and reporting it. We teach them, okay, so what's important to you guys? What do you guys want to talk about, right? Okay, so we want to talk about the science fair that's going on. Okay, so how are we going to do that? Now, those kids should be the ones that like to talk, that like to write, that like to research. And so we teach them to find the information that they're looking for, and then if possible, we find people that they can interview. So like if we want to talk about the chickens and the garden
lady,
they can interview the garden lady.
Talked about that.
So now here's the question: what questions do you ask her? And now they're writing down their questions. They're thinking
These
about.
are so good.
Right.
I told them, I said I want to do like a piece with. Are you smarter than a fifth grader?
Okay.
So during the Trojan rally, they want to kind of have it playing up in a have it cut to everybody look at the screen and have a little segment, like little segments. They started researching different questions. I was like, that's a good start. So.
And that's exactly what this is. You make them do like we're not gonna go find these questions for you. What questions would you want to ask this person? And then we teach them how to do that, right?
Yeah.
So then you have the person that's sitting here that's taking all of this stuff that's being put together, right? And they're making sure that it's popping up and it's looking the way it's supposed to look. So that's going to be your tech person, right? So whoever it was, that child that said they want to be kind of behind the scenes, they want to do more tech, That's the person that you want have teaching. I'll be teaching that person how to cut the camera one, cut the camera two. They'll learn this. They'll learn this part of it.
Okay.
Your person that you have your graphics person or your person that was behind the scenes creating your Canva, and then the last person that you have is kind of your producer or your director. That's the person that knows everything that's going on. Whoever and I really think we should sit down with the kids and let them decide off of personalities. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, what do you want to do? I don't know. Okay, well, everybody, this is what this person does. Whose personality fits that the best, right? Because that person who's going to be the director can't be shy. Yeah. They can't be quiet. They can't be afraid to say, hey, click, click, click. Because they're directing everybody in here to do something.
Yeah.
Right? So we can build this out and create it so that when they come in, we're like, okay, this is what your group is doing today. This is what we want to work on. And we know that everything that we're working on, these small projects, we're going to put them all together and create a big project.
Okay.
And so we can just figure out what the big projects are at the end so that we know what we're going towards or how long it should take. And once you teach them the basics, actually doing it and putting it together shouldn't take longer than, depending on how often you get them. It shouldn't take longer than like 2 weeks to put something together. So every 2 weeks or so, you can have a different project to do. And you can also try to get different kids to move around to different modules. So now you're working with self-esteem. Now you're also helping them move out of their shell and try something different. Zoe, I get it. You're great at being in front of the camera. You give them that right on time. But I want you to learn how to make a Canva picture. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you're not used to that, and it might not be the best. But you got to learn how to do that. Right? Yeah. And then there's also other little things that they're going to get really used to, like when things mess up, how to stay calm. Because if it mess up right here, guess who's not supposed to do anything? Them.
Because they want to get up and fix everything.
Right. It's not for you. Sit down. No, it's not for you to help. It's for you to keep the show going and to the people on the back end figure out what's going on. Okay. And so it's those little things we can teach them, and you know what I mean? That's why it's so dope.
Essentially, they want the media production to be done every morning.
Okay. And so, so the question would be to the kids, what are we producing every morning? What is it that we need every day to disseminate the information, right? And so once the kids figure that out, it's like, okay, well, we have announcements, okay? So what's in the announcements? Right, what's in the announcements? Because depending on what's in the announcements, your visual person, your graphics person can come up with different graphics.
Okay.
See? Yeah, we can do this. We can do this.
What else did I do? Oh, so I'm gonna just mute it because it's just. So I made different backgrounds. So that will probably be like whoever's doing the weather and just do like a pop up of whatever today is. The pledge. And the heart creed. So in my mind, this is just a dummy person did.
Instead of these being videos, they would end up being stills.
Yeah.
So that they could just pop up.
So
or it would be, like you just said, shorter videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, of each individual one. And then you would
So this wouldn't come through. Because it just needs to be a background, right?
Well, it depends on how you uploaded it. If you uploaded it as a video, it'll do that. But what will happen is this will pop up. And then once, like if it's 10 seconds, once the 10 seconds is over, it'll go away. And then they'll see the kids.
So can you do like, oh, I see what you're saying. So can you have a background and something in front?
The something in front would be the people.
No, like the green, okay, so this is a person. This would not be, this is no need. We just need a background, which will probably be this, right?
Let's go to StreamYard. So,
because I haven't downloaded anything yet. I just.
with here, you have your background, right? And it's a little bit different for me because it's not the paid version, so it does stuff that it doesn't do on mine. Okay, if we add this right here, once you add the, I gotta do it from my StreamYard. Let me go log out and go to my account.
So hopefully we can get it, as soon as.
Yeah, so what I would say is, before we, oh, wow, never had to enter a password. Let's do it another way. You usually send me an email. Maybe that's because I didn't put in my email, huh? There we go. And it's never asked me. Maybe because I'm trying to log in with Google. Let me try this another way. Yeah, that is what I'm doing. There we go. And let's check my email. Come on, email. Send it to me. Hello, Dubs of Hash. How you doing? What's going on? How you doing? Everybody out there, what's up? I'm out here at a school trying to do good in the hood. All right, so the number is 887-568. Okay. All right, so all right, so this is my background. I don't do a green screen background. This is my background, right? Now, if you wanted to, what you're talking about doing, you could just change the backgrounds and put the different things you want on there. So like that picture that you had.
That's the banners. Okay.
So that picture that you had. See, I could change my background to this, and so now that's my background. Change my background to this, but they're not going to move.
Okay, that's fine.
They're just the backgrounds that you're using.
Okay.
So then this is the thing about it. So once the background is on there, when you add the it's black, it doesn't look good. You can't see it as well. Okay. When you add the video there, this is what's going to have the green screen in it.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the green screen, or where you can use it from, and you would come over here and let's see, virtual background. All right, and then see, so now you've added your screen there that way. All right, and now
that's okay. So
you
that's
see what I'm saying? So you've got your background.
Okay.
And that can be the thicket, Trojans, or whatever, right? And usually that might not change, but it could. It just depends on how the kids want to lay out their production, right?
Okay.
And so then you've got this green screen, and you can upload the different pictures of them looking like they're in a hurricane, or the picture of, you know what I'm saying?
For their green screen.
Right, for their green screen.
And then when it says Spigot Teacher, that would just be their name.
That would be their name.
Okay.
Or it could be, the person that they're talking to, or, we can change that to whatever. That would be the producer making sure that the engineer, that's what and we need to give them names so that so you have broadcaster, you have producer, you have engineer. You could possibly, depending on how many kids you could have a cameraman. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it really just depends on how many kids we have and what type of things they want to learn how to do, or what different modules we want them to move through.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna try to see if I can move on this one.
So then, like how you had that video.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so this is a video, and when you add the video over it, the video is going to go over the whole thing. And also, when the video is on, it stops their audio. That's coming from mine.
Oh, okay. Because I heard it through here. Okay.
Yeah, because it's circling back.
Okay.
But yeah, when you put a video up, especially if the video has sound, it's automatically gonna mute them.
Okay.
So that video can play. So this would be something like, like if y'all caught captured video of things going on around the school, and while you guys were talking about it, you wanted it to pop up. You've got your producer saying, okay, play the video.
Okay.
And you're telling your broadcasters quiet on the set, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then once the video stops, you've got your producer saying, hot mics, let's go. So you need one person definitely that's gonna know how everything is going and teaching them, or directing them on what's going on, right?
Okay.
Because you've got a cameraman here, right? If the producer knows that the next segment is gonna be on number 2, the producer should be telling the cameraman, view over here.
Okay.
So that's the first thing we want to do. The first thing we absolutely want to do is get them in here and explain to them exactly what each position does. And then figure out which position do they think they want to work.
Okay.
Right? Let's get some paper so we can write some of this down. There you go. Awesome. So, we have the director. We have the engineer. We have a cameraman. Or woman, however you want to say it. We have a camera person. And then we have the journalist. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Can we think of anybody else that we've been talking about? The engineer sitting here, they're running this. Oh, and then the Canva person, the
designer,
graphic designer. Yep. Okay, and so we explained to the kids, the director is the person that is conducting the show. They know everything that's going on, right? So after all of y'all have done all of y'all work, the director is the one that's looking over everything and making sure everything is going together.
Okay.
Right? You have and then if that's a lot for a kid, we can also, I hate saying it like that, but if that's a lot for one person, we can also add producer, especially if you have enough kids, right? Because the producer can work with the director as kind of an assistant to help them put everything together and make sure everything is right. And the producer can also be there to make sure stuff is happening the way it's supposed to be going, just in case the director forgets or just in case the director isn't paying attention or something. You have that producer saying, wait a minute, this is supposed to be next. So that producer could definitely be the person next to the director making sure, okay, we did that.
So the producer's right here. The director's right here.
Right.
All right.
Or not necessarily right here, but in limbo, right, with these two. Then you have your engineer. This and StreamYard. This is your engineer.
Okay.
So your engineer is in control of your cameras. Or, because that's a lot for one person to do, the cameraman. We can make this part of the cameraman. And this,
once the cameras are set,
they're set, right? So this is the cameraman. Okay, so your engineer is StreamYard, and your cameraman is the Blackmagic. Okay, then you have your journalists, who are going to be your broadcasters and reporters. So they they need to know that they have to go out and get the information, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're your reporters and broadcasters. And your graphic designer is your Canva person. Okay, so at minimum, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 6 kids.
Yeah, I got about that much.
You got about that much?
Mm-hmm.
So that gives each kid something, or 7 with the producer, if you
Okay.
need it. Right. So each kid has a job that they know they need to work on, or things that they have to focus on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's each kid that we can kind of, in that group, just teach them that thing instead of trying to teach them everything all at one time.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
Right? And then at the end of this one, or at the end of this 2 weeks and doing whatever we're doing, the end result, okay, now y'all switch.
Mm-hmm.
So now
Okay.
we're going to do another one, and this time Zoe's the cameraman or whatever
Mhm.
else, right?
Okay.
So we can do it like that. So the question is, what's the project?
Just
Project
more
topic.
Oh.
So we'll let the kids decide what's
Okay.
important to them. What do they want to talk about, or what 3 things do they want to talk about? Because you'd have segments. So like you said, you got a weather segment, if that's what they want, or
if that's even necessary.
Right. So you have the different segments.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go, especially if you have 2 journalists, you need to give them something different to go report on.
Okay.
Right? Or something different to go find.
So how many segments would be?
How much time do they have?
Probably try to keep it short because teachers want to get back to.
So that's a big part of it too.
Yeah.
How much time do they have to be in here to figure it out, to set it up, to get it ready?
5 to 7 minutes.
And then that's the production. That's the end. That's the end part.
Uh-huh.
So they're putting together something that's going to take about 5 to 7 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Think how slow kids talk. You think that's a lot of time until you start going and you realize 5 minutes is going to be one segment for one kid.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
And then how much time do they have to prepare for this?
Because it's really not a lot. Because they want to start SEL at 7:45, but they're not starting so they start the morning announcements at like 7:45, 7:35, 7:45.
Mm-hmm.
But they want to get started with the lesson.
Right.
But it's really not a lot of time when they're still coming in around at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So
but when do they
20
have
minutes of time? Like as soon as they come in.
When do they have an
know.
actual classroom with you though? Do they ever have an actual class with you?
Nope.
So
it's like
because they have to learn how to do this before
Yeah.
they can actually just sit down and do it. Because otherwise, it's not teaching them anything. They're just, you know what I mean? Like it's got to be some kind of way where they get a chance to learn how it's set up and how it works and how to do it. Otherwise, it's you doing it and they're just being seen.
Yeah.
Because you can't teach a kid how to do this camera in 7 to 10 minutes.
Mm-mm.
Like it's got to be at least a 30-minute class in there, once a week or twice a week or something. I don't know. I don't know how school work anymore, but
I know. So I would probably have to pull them from one of their specials, but I hate to pull them from the same special every day.
Right.
So I have to come up with a schedule.
Mm-hmm. But it's definitely possible, right?
It's been done.
Right. It's definitely possible. Even if it's like they figure out what they're going to talk about the day before, so that when they can walk in, everything is done and ready. Or it just has to be something where they can't do it every day. They do it once a week, and they give you a recap.
That's more feasible.
A recap, right? A recap of everything that happened this week, or instead of a recap, it could be the opposite. Getting ready for everything that's going to happen this week. This week we have a pep rally, basketball. You know what I'm saying? And talk about all the different stuff that's going to happen for the week. something like that. But if it's a time constraint for them where they don't really have enough time to sit down to learn it, to put it together, then it goes back to the first thing that I always talk about. Y'all just need an after school program. Y'all need to figure out a way to get me up here to teach them how to do this after school, and then during class they can execute. What's up? Come on, let's go. What's up? I'm telling y'all how we can do this.
Yeah.
Is that her? Is that Grant? Oh no.
Hi. Of course.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Okay.
And I can find a way to make myself available, a couple of days after school. It doesn't have to be every day after school, but
and that's even tight then.
I know.
Because we got the Rainbow, we got the esports coming, and then Girls Who Game or Code, one of them.
So they all kind of overlap. The kids that are in some stuff. Yeah.
So, okay. All right. So, what is the bare minimum that we can do to start off with? Like the smallest project, but still meaningful. Because I was thinking maybe have them to do somebody present the heart creed for the day, and then go on with life, and then probably every once in a while just start adding things and just posting it on YouTube as like different, I guess, shorts. Instead of it being a huge production, maybe little mini small ones until we really moving and grooving.
So I would say, instead of trying to do it, how would I do that? Because whenever you're doing stuff like this, it is a production.
It
like
is.
That's the whole point. You got all this equipment and you don't want it to be a production. No, that's the whole thing. It's a production.
You want it to be the production,
right?
But
this is what they're learning
to do the production.
But that's the problem. It's no time to do the production. It definitely needs to be an after-school program. But that's why I'm trying to put it together.
I thought she wanted a like a YouTubing thing, after school thing. Well, that's something that she was interested in.
So this is mine that I do up at the station. But if we can get together to figure something out to explain to her for here, I definitely, I'm all for it. I'm actually going to the Boys and Girls Club to talk to them about it. I got a meeting with them.
So that probably need to be your first child. Like this age group, you might want to extend this age group.
Why? Why did somebody else say, so do you do adults? And I was not really right now. I don't. It's really for kids. They was like,
make it hard. Age ain't nothing but a
I like you. We can hang. Oh God.
Oh man.
Because my brain was already in the other one. Like I came up here knowing, I was like, all right, I want her to be ready to, like, how we gonna set this up?
Like, skirt.
And then she was like, you got 3 minutes. What can you do with 6 minutes max?
But we could still do like the larger production, but it would just be on YouTube. It wouldn't necessarily be live.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, and that can work too. I just want them to learn how to use the.
They definitely need to.
Yeah, I want them to learn how to use the equipment and the program and the stuff, because that's what will make them excited about doing it more and later and on
stream, but this is all right. So this is just them strictly. They in here by themselves playing around.
Not her holding the mic. Not her holding a fake mic. Not her holding fake mic.
No, they're actually holding the little things.
Oh, she's holding.
Up right.
Oh, okay.
So I know we definitely got to work on, camera presence.
Right.
But it will help to have the thing.
And see, whoever.
So that's Simon.
Right. Whoever's the camera person. He's holding one of the cameras.
We have one on the tripod because the big lithium board is in the way of that other one. I just put it there so it can charge.
Okay. We need one of those things.
I love kids. We need one of them cut things. That's hilarious.
So this is just.
Okay.
Just them.
Okay. So my brain is thinking. So.
Oh, y'all did something.
I love you. So my brain is thinking, right? And it's like, the first thing would have to be what they're going to be talking about. So if the say it again, my brain says STEM. That's not it.
Heart.
The heart. Okay. If the heart, that's their creed or whatever that they talk about, right? So they already know that by heart, right?
It's new. So
they're gonna do it off of paper.
Oh, they're gonna have to memorize it.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
they're gonna have to memorize it.
Okay, so that's the first one. Is you get whoever your journalists are to memorize the heart creed, right? So, what is the idea of how you want them to do it? You want them to be sitting here at the desk, or do you want them to be somewhere in the school doing it? Because see, then you can do that. Or
if we're going to record it, we don't have to be.
You don't have to be in here, right?
Yeah.
And so, what you can do is you can ask other kids if they know the heart creed. You know what I mean? And you can stitch together kids trying to figure out if they know the heart creed, and then at the end, you can have the journalist kids actually stand there and do the heart creed correctly.
Okay.
And that would be a short.
Okay.
Like on YouTube, that would be a short. Because you're going to keep it under 60 seconds. Now, if it goes longer than 60 seconds, you just make it into a regular video. But that would be a start to this. They wouldn't be using StreamYard.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't be using this, but you can still use Canva. You can still record. And you can still use the cameras and the microphones.
Okay.
Or if you want to do it, you said you figured out how to hook these up to the what's it called to the tablet, then you can record with the tablet.
Now, how it was let's see, where's that? I'm looking for here it goes, the SD card, because I wanted to actually see what he actually recorded. But so we just took the tripod and one of the cameras and just set up shop in there, and that's all. Just practice recording. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just want you to get the feel of it. But so yeah, the iPad. But the only thing with the iPad is that I need something to hold it because then the iPad start
moving down.
Let's see. I don't even know what it would look like.
Go here. Digital storage. The movie.
And so that's how they're doing it right now. So I don't know whether. I think I came around to get the mic. This wasn't on the mic yet. But it doesn't sound like it changed, does it? So it probably wasn't hooked up.
But the mic isn't near her.
Oh, okay, so it wouldn't have picked it up that much.
Where's the mic?
Sitting on the thing.
Oh, all the way down there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she wasn't talking into the mic. She was talking into the phone. I would have had to, she need that thing clipped on her. Yeah, it's too low.
Okay.
That's all. I would have had, before she started, I would have clipped it on her. Or clipped it on the kid. Yeah.
Yeah, because I tried to get in there before they started to set it up, and I'm like, well, I was like, just.
So, what she's talking about, is that something that they could read off, or they could say?
I think it is, because it looks like she's reading it.
Right. So, could we record this with them the day before, and then everybody just watch it on YouTube from their classes?
Okay.
That'll
work.
Could that happen?
Yeah, because it looks like she's reading something.
So if you already have all the information of what she's gonna do,
Just have a student read it.
have a student read it, yeah, and have them. And if nothing else, you can teach that student how to use the teleprompter, because it's up there and they're learning how to read while they're looking at it. That's a skill. That I don't care what nobody's saying. Baby. And you know how you find out which kid is the best kid to do it? Which kid has subtitles on their TV?
Oh,
that's the kid that I promise you. If a kid used to have it at home, did your mommy and daddy keep the subtitles on TV? Yes. Are you able to read and keep up with it? Yes. Okay, you the one I want. Because you can read fast enough. Because if the subtitles go away and you didn't finish the whole sentence, you're not a fast enough reader for this.
Yeah.
But you can also teach them and get them used to it. They pictures.
Oh, that was me doing that.
That's your head.
Look at me not knowing what I was doing.
Yeah, so if you know, like again, I keep saying that.
So
If you know what the end game is, we can work backwards and figure out what we need to do. So if we need a 5-minute video with what was she doing? Announcements or something else?
She did the Heart Creed and the IB of whatever. The IB blurb.
And the IB blurb. And do those change every day?
I think it sounds like it changes. I think it does. But we'll see. I'll have to ask her.
And they get different kids to do the Heart Creed every day?
I think they do. I think it's whoever they like, hey, come do the Heart Creed.
Okay, so what I would say is,
because it looks like they were reading that too.
Yeah. So what I would say is the Heart Creed could be an interview. You get a kid, whatever kid, and they still let them do it the same way, except you have your reporter standing there like, okay, do you guys know the Heart Creed? Yes, we do. Go for it. And the reporter is standing there with the mic, making sure each kid can be heard, and Ching. Okay. Right. Ching. Back to you, Morris. And then then you have another pick. Is there a teacher restaurant close by?
Yes. Like when you go back to the office.
Hey, Will, how are you doing? What's up? I'm over here at the elementary school trying to teach them how to do production, what we do.
All right, sorry about that.
No, you're good. So then the IB blurb should be done by your professionals. Whoever your 2 journalists are, or whoever your 1 journalist is for that day, they should read the IB blurb. If you do those, and the Heart Creed, it doesn't have to be done the same day. You can find a student today, have them stand there, do the Heart Creed, and record it, right? So now you got a cameraman, right? So you have them stand there and record it. And then you can start talking to the office and be like, what's the IB blurb for tomorrow? Get that recorded today. You know what I mean? Have that recorded. You can still have a kid that's learning how to edit, because you could teach them how to put that together, or you know what I mean? Again, it's the time that you're allowed to teach them, but it can be done the day before, put together, even if it's you working. You can put it together the night before and then have have it uploaded onto y'all YouTube, and then
Okay.
the next day, instead of them doing it over the loudspeaker, they
Just
pull
make
it up
go
on
to
the
YouTube.
TV on the YouTube, and
Yeah,
you do it that way.
that'll work. I'm wondering if I could use this big old Promethean board for the teleprompter.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, it's in here.
ho, 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 ho. Wow.
While it's in here, it might
So
as well
can
be
it hook up to
used.
apps? Can it hook up to app? Like,
It hooks up to a computer.
I just need to be able to hook up to my. If I can hook my app up to the computer, or download, I bet you it's a free TELEPROMPTER free teleprompter software.
Look, if they gonna leave it in here, because I don't know what this other thing is. 'Cause that smaller TV would be ideal, but if they can't see this thing,
Look, look, look,
you
Gina.
found something.
Look, Gina. Look, Gina. Look. Look, Gina. Look at the TV. Look, Gina. Look, Gina.
Oh yeah, that thing going fast too.
It does go. Yeah.
Okay.
And so we just have to learn how to use.
FreeTeleprompterSoftware.com.
Yep. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Where's the pause? Let's see. Instructions. Voice activated teleprompter. Now you better stop playing with me. Okay, here
Also,
goes.
before it goes the speed of you talking.
I don't know, but if that's what that is, I need that period. Okay, we can change the speed right here, so slow it down. All right, there you go. Multilingual support. It is possible to utilize non-English characters using kanji. Cell phones and tablets on mobile devices. Press the menu icon down to access these buttons. Bookmark this page. Don't forget to bookmark this page. Font colors. Font colors are enabled by clicking the whatever that button is at the top, which turns onto rich text copy pasting. When using this mode, you have the option to write your teleprompter script in a separate program like Word or another editor, and then easily transfer it to the screen while maintaining your desired formatting. Baby!
Cool.
I told you, hey, I can read a teleprompter, baby. Let it go.
So they don't necessarily need to see themselves there, or this is for the TVs for the director purposes.
So that TV right there, is hooked up to whatever is going on this thing.
Okay.
So as far as I'm concerned, yeah, you could double screen this bad boy if you needed to.
Yeah.
Hold on, watch this. Pop this off to the side. Wait. There go your teleprompter. And there go your StreamYard on the other side. And push.
Yes. What's up?